Hello. So just to note that Selwa Swiedan is unable to attend because of a family emergency today, but Curtis, Dana, and myself are here. Feel free to paste questions in the chat. Um, our collective engagement with the idea of a field guide arose out of a disoriented and disorienting drift through the platforms of pandemic academia, which seemed poorly prepared to address, let alone acknowledge, critical coming to terms with history, identity, place, and community. Collaboration is at the center of this pursuit, both in terms of how fields are delineated, but also in terms of how the boundaries of these fields are eroded, and finally how the paths across fields are maintained over time. This process requires discourse and patience. As our perspective changes, our reading of the research changes. We have gently and slowly experimented with methods for traversing, hearing, and inhabiting these fields. We see our field guide as an aleatory body or score which we dance with and through. How might this type of field guide become a notational and bibliographic archive, allowing for a multitude of paths expanding over time? How do we create documents and systems that support shifting centers and peripheries of inquiry and identity? How do we allow artifacts of collective authorship to dynamically shift, both in intent and in media? How might the field guide act as a generative tool for performance, research, and practice? How do questions act as points of potential by announcing a position, pointing out objects, subjects, and abstracted virtual shapes? How do questions provoke movement of thought and discourse? Does asking a question open a window? How can I invite a pause with a question? Do I ask in good faith, in desperation, as a trick, to flatter or to ridicule, to open up, or to narrow focus?
Recording stopped.
Profound, rhetorical, leading, silly, profane, pointed, obvious, questions?
How concerned are you? Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Is everybody here? Is everybody here? When was the last time you watched the moon rise? What do I have to offer? What do I have to offer to those who live in my guts?
What are the rules that I
What do
give
I have to
myself?
offer?
What? Can you hear me? What time zone is this in? I'm becoming more or less ambivalent.
Are you vaccinated?
Is it irreversible?
Do I have to be?
When will learning and remembering be the same?
When will learning and remembering be the same?
Where is the line between moving slowly and not moving at all? How much space should I give to processes that aren't articulated? How do I translate the restfulness of an unanswered question?
Why am I so nervous?
How do you hold onto someone else's secret?
Is
Is
your secret
pedagogy the
name a
frame?
process?
Is there learning without work? Can I learn without moving?
Are you and I the progeny of minerals and starlight?
How much of it will I forget?
Do you
Is
see
this
the same birds that I do?
is this presentation in person? Are learning and experience often the same thing?
If I am dizzy, does perception align with the rotation of the earth? Can you hear me? Is that my background?
Is that my background?
Is that my background?
Does annotation always illuminate or does it also close down? When should we use annotation? Does it work for or against discipline? Is a bird's nest different from a skyscraper? How long will the next pause be?
What do I have to offer to those who live in my guts? What are you a container for? If I called you by your secret name, how strange would that make my face look? How is it a sun makes an eye? What is this romance between the spine and our ears?
How long has it been? Is someone keeping time? Where is the line between moving slowly and not moving at all? Is it a problem with my connection? What flow can help me mean what I mean? Does leaning in affect the leaned into? Does your back hurt? Does anything ever repeat? Is somebody recording this? Am I repeating myself?
Does that sound okay?
How much is too much?
Where is the ledge of knowledge? If you leapt off of it thoughtfully, what type of wings would be built while falling? Why value?
Is a flame its own reflection?
Is a flame its own reflection? Is a flame its own reflection?
May I share this? Is that my echo?
Decision.
I,
Is it because it's convenient? Is
what do
there
I owe you?
value with my connection? What kind
How
of
do I
value
credit
is
you
there?
appropriately? Can I talk on top of you?
No, with myself. How do I make this decision? Is myth made in the mouth or the other way around?
Why am I so tired? Am I repeating myself?
Why am I so tired?
Or is that just an echo? How many times do I have to say this? Shall I say it again? How much time have we wasted? How much is too much? Can you hear me? Is this still on? Am I visible now? Can I trust this is the end?